Hello, everyone, and welcome to Soul Standing. My name is Beth, and I am here today with a bit of a weekly reading thing. So I didn't finish much last week. I was finishing up. I did my final three finals for the one course, and then my one reflection final for my other doctoral course. I got those finished up over the last couple of days, and then I had the girls Thursday night through. I had the little one until dinner time today because she started running a fever over the weekend, had a cold. I had a couple of setbacks in my own health. So there was just a lot going on, is what I'm telling you, over the weekend, and I didn't really get any reading done. I got some reading done, but not a whole heap and bunch. I'm still working on Key of Valor by Nora Roberts. It is the third in the Key trilogy, and I love it. I've read it multiple times before. I could tell you all about it and how it's going to get a 4-star, and I love the whole series and whatever. But it's the first time I've read this trilogy in several years, at least in Little Monster's lifetime, and she's 4. I don't think I've read it in her lifetime. So, you know, I'm trying to get through all of them before I come back, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I am looking at it a little differently this time around especially than the first time I read them, because the first time I read them was probably before Elena was born, and she's 11 now. So, probably 15, 20 years ago. I don't remember when they came out, but it's been a while since the first time I read them, is what I'm telling you. And so I'm going to finish that up, and I might even do a video that's just talking about the trilogy and how I view it now versus how I viewed it the first few times I read it. But that's neither here nor there. I finished one book this weekend, and that was The House at the Edge of Magic by Amy Sparks. This is really cute. It is about 9 who finds this mysterious, crazy house and gets pulled in. She's an orphan pickpocket, and she is just sure she stole this little cute thing out of somebody's purse, and she thinks that it's going to bring her some money and maybe her life is going to change. But instead she's like, oh, it's a cute, like a tiny little house, and there's a tiny little door knocker. And she reaches down, she's like, it's moving, and she knocks on the door, and the house grows into a giant monstrosity in this random alleyway, and she gets sucked into this enchanted home. There is a like butler, housekeeper, who's, I think he's a troll, and a wizard who's like this teenage boy who's absolutely ridiculous, and they're cursed, and 9 has to help them, and it's super cute. It is also the first in a trilogy, so I'm getting ready. I finished that one, I want to say late Saturday night, maybe when I woke up Sunday. I read the very end of it, but anyway, I haven't started this yet. This is the second book in the trilogy. It is The Tower at the End of Time. And it says there's a magical competition with a dazzling prize and a horrible case of the hiccups, because the house gets the hiccups. So I am excited about that. And then I'm also reading World Mythology in Bite-Sized Chunks by Mark Daniels. This is for the Children's Literature Book Club. Our pick for December was just to read any sort of mythology, fairy tale, anything like that. Myths, legends, fairy tales. So I'm going to read World Mythology in Bite-Sized Chunks. I also might read what's it called? The Fir Tree by Hans Christian Andersen, which is a fairy tale about, or a story about a Christmas tree. He wrote fairy tales. The man was absolutely insane. So if I do that, I'll try to make sure that I give y'all a little bit of his life story as well, because wow, he was messed up. But anyway, those are what I'm working on. I'm also still working on the Ice Monster Elena and I are listening to the audiobook, but Raylan hasn't been. What is with all these stickers on my books not having been taken off? Ugh. I hate it when I do that. I put them up and then I don't get the stickers off, and that's neither here nor there. Elena and I are listening to the audio of this, and I think what I'm going to do is put a bookmark where we're at in the audio and then go ahead and finish reading it. And then if she wants to finish reading it, she can, either with the physical book or with the audiobook. What happened was we started it and we got over halfway through, and then I had surgery, and I didn't see them, like, didn't have them in the car listening to the audiobook for about 2 weeks. And then the little one was sick, and so she was all about figuring out that she could say, "Hey, Google," and the truck would be like, "Yes, how can I help you?" And she could tell it to turn off the audiobook and turn on music. So we just quit trying. She thought it was hilarious. Her sister thought it was funny, and I was just like, I'm going to let this happen. So anyway, I'm probably going to try to finish this one on audiobook once I finish Key of Valor, and then physical I am reading Tower at the End of Time and Bite-Sized Mythology. So that's what I'm reading this week and what I finished last week. And that's the update. That's it. I did finish my my finals, so I am officially done and just waiting for grading for both professing English and writing with digital media. If you saw the podcast, I think there's 2 or 3 of you that watched it. I put the video podcast up, and it's a hot mess. I will admit that. I put it up so I could kind of see what other people thought about it, and a couple of people gave me feedback, and I adjusted it, edited it for the audio version that got turned in as my final. But then I was talking to my professor for the other class, and she was like, you should do 2. So like the one where you can talk a little bit about your doctoral stuff, talk about your classes, whatever, your journey, and then literary analysis, books you're reading, whatever, while you're crocheting. And then do another one that is doctoral discussions. That's just about your journey in the classes you're taking, the research you're doing, tips to people that are going through graduate school, postgraduate school. And I thought that might be a good idea. So if you would like to see more of like a separation where I talk about, threads of thought, and then I talk about doctoral channel, right? If you would like to see that separation, I could do Soul Standy Threads of Thought is the podcast where I'm crocheting and talking about books and entertainment and things going on. And then Soul Standy Doctoral channel is where I'm talking more about what's going on in my academic life, stuff like that. So I'm playing around with the idea of doing that. If you would like that, you think that's a good plan, or you think I should keep it all together, or whatever. If you have opinions, I would love to know your opinions down in the comment section below. If you haven't followed me, then I have no idea how you found me, but welcome. Go ahead and press that button while you're at it. Give me a like, subscribe, chat, and I will talk to you again soon. Until next time, stay safe out there, guys.